Hey guys, Ryan the Nerd here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Godzilla, Mechagodzilla Funko Pop. Now, this isn't just any regular Mechagodzilla. No. This is actually my favorite interpretation of Mechagodzilla from design and backstory. This is obviously Kiryu, and it's just a fantastic, design and backstory all around. If you're not familiar with Kiryu, basically the backstory is, in a nutshell, is basically they actually use the bones of the original 1954 Godzilla and kind of build around this mechanical shell to make it into a living weapon to fight Godzilla. But of course that backfired because scientists are dumb in every movie for some reason, and they think that they can play God, and it always turns out to be horribly wrong. But basically the original Godzilla kind of possessed the Mechagodzilla suit and kind of went berserk and everything like that. Just a very awesome, kind of concept of tying in the original film instead of just kind of rebooting the entire thing. But yeah, it's awesome. So this is probably a really, kind of weird kind of box that you're seeing here with the different, this is not a normal Mechagodzilla color palette, the different blues and stuff like that, but they do have a very good reason for it, and it's actually Godzilla's 70th anniversary, so that's why they decided to kind of revamp they kind of did this really cool kind of color palette scheme going on there for the anniversary. It's really awesome. I really do like it. Some people don't like it, but you're wrong if you think that, because I don't know why anybody would think that, because the colors just stand out really nicely. But take a look at the box here. You also got in the background there, you got Tokyo skyline with some fireworks going off in the background. Very awesome. Flip around to the side of the box here, you got a more close-up view of the kind of the background that's in the box. Got some more fireworks, and you also got some boats with some lamps on it as well, or lanterns, sorry. Flip around to the back of the box here. You can also see that there's only two of these kind of different color variations here. I believe this Godzilla is the same Godzilla that's in the same movie as Kiryu. Correct me if I'm wrong. But since that they only did these two for the the different color version, they kind of realized that it was kind of a lackluster thing to do for the anniversary. So what they decided to do is that they kind of made all the different interpretations of Godzilla throughout the years, like Shin Godzilla and some other Godzillas that I really don't give a fuck about, because Shin Godzilla is the only one that I really care about, and I really want to get my hands on that Funko Pop. But yeah, so that's why they kind of did this. I don't know why they did that weird multicolor thing, but I don't care. It looks awesome and classic, where Godzilla is, since Godzilla is 70 years old, and he's in a nursing home, and of course, if a celebrity is about to die, you gotta milk them for profit. Am I right, guys? Gotta milk them good. Squeeze them titties. So yeah, obviously, that's why they did this. But anyway, enough talking about Godzilla. Let's take a look at Mechagodzilla. Like that transition? All right, well, I'm just gonna do the box throwing now. And here is Mechagodzilla, or sorry, Kiryu in his glory here, and I love the design of it. Not just, the colors. We'll get to the colors a little bit, but just the design. I think they captured the design perfectly in Funko Pop form here. For some reason, I don't know why the box is, kind of huge and chunky. It's not like a regular Funko Pop box, but he is basically the same size as a regular Funko Pop. I don't know why they did it. Maybe to emphasize, because it's a giant robot, so I guess they kind of had to make the box a little bit huge to bump up the price, because this guy was, $25, and the original, in a regular Funko Pop price is like 16, so they got to boot up that price. Like I said, milking them for profit, all right? So, but yeah, take a look at the design here. They captured it perfectly. I think they did a really nice job here. Very awesome. From the spine detail, and I also love that they actually made the tail curve very nicely. You got the kind of the tip of the tail here. Very nice. And then you can also see the booster rockets on the back there. And you can also see the kind of the panel lining throughout the thigh here, and where, some more thigh thrusters would come out as well. Very awesome. just the panel lining throughout the figure. You can even see some more like wire detail going through the tip of like the bottom of the tail here, even in the neck area as well. Very awesome. Do love the teeth though. The teeth looks very nice, and there's actually sculpted in cannons in his mouth there as well to give that, a laser atomic breath there that he's got going on in the film. Very awesome. I love the detail there. Instead of just having like just a black mouth with no detail, they actually added that in, which is very awesome. And you could also see actual like sculpted in hinge joints for the Ultimate Zero cannon, where the three would unhinge and the blast would come out and everything like that. Even though that doesn't really do anything, but I'm glad that they added it there. And you can see that there's actually some shading going throughout there to give it more of just to give it a little bit more realism. Not so much realism as to make it realistic, but more like cartoonified, where you can see some more shading on the top of his crest here, on his chest, and on his feet and his kneecaps there, just to give it a little bit more realism, even though that it is, cartoony shading, where it's not like, definition, where it's like, you got shading between the legs, just to give it a little bit more, emphasis on where the light is hitting the thing from. But I'm glad that Funko is doing a little bit more shading, even though that it is just, this cartoony shading. I'm glad that they're kind of branching out instead of just making it just flat colors all around, just to give it a little bit more emphasis on, quality, instead of, trying to make it like the exact same thing, over and over again, which I'm kind of glad that they're branching out. But got to keep that in mind, Funko. Make sure that you do some more shading on some more other stuff. Instead of this cartoony shading, give it a little bit more dry brushing, all that good stuff. I mean, I could always paint my Funko Pops myself, but like, why would I do that when a billion-dollar company can do it for me, right? Like, that's what I'm paying them for, right? That's why I'm buying their products, so I can talk about them and then give them criticism, which they're never going to watch this video. But hey, it's worth a shot, am I right? But yeah, just the detail on this guy looks absolutely amazing. The paint job is also nice. I love the different, shades of blue. You got, the kind of the light blue here, the really kind of teal blue for the shading, dark blue for the underneath bits on there as well. But then you also got this really nice bright kind of vibrant teal for the eyes there as well, just to give it a little bit more emphasis. And you can also see like the light of his eyes are kind of bleeding onto his actual his outer face here, and also on his eyebrows there. Very awesome. I love the detail on this guy. It just looks so awesome. I love Kiryu. I love the backstory, and this Funko Pop perfectly encapsulates what I love about Kiryu. The design, and of course the colors. Some people might say the color is an eyesore, but like I said, you're wrong. The color is perfect. I think that it fits. I just really like the colors, okay? Yeah, can I just please like the colors? But yeah, it just looks so awesome. I love this. So that's going to do for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do. There's no what time it is. So, bye, guys.